Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, I always been a winner. I always been on the grind. Like money on my mind, gotta hustle overtime, yeah, all the time.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Afro Sniper X. We're here with the main man Larry, the chef man, which is also a good friend of mine and a co-worker of mine at Discount Firearms. If you guys are in Las Vegas, come check us out. Discount Firearms. We're located on Highland Drive, the best gun range in Las Vegas. Range 702 is dog poo-poo. Just saying.
I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a catch and cook. Got 2 rabbits right here that I got with the air gun, and I honestly didn't know really what to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as cooking them, usually I just stew it up. You know, I just be up in there cooking. You know what I mean? Like the amigos. And Larry told me he messed up and told me he was a chef. So I was like, oh, gotta hit the homie up and see if he can help me out. And so he's here to help us out and put something together. And you know, I'm gonna help out as much as I can and try not to fuck some shit up. And yeah, let's watch the magic happen. So this is Catch and Cook with Larry and Afro Sniper X. Grab your popcorn, smoke it if you got it. Let's get into it.
All right. So when you first gave me the rabbit, the issue that I had was I've never cooked rabbit before.
Okay.
And I grew up in the city, so we so used to buying our meat and it's already, you know, chopped up and everything. So we don't really know what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
It was 3 rabbits. Had 3 whole rabbits. So what I had to do was I had to butcher them. So I looked up on how to butcher them. I did all the homework on it, and I found some good information. I actually did a pretty decent job. So we're just going to compare the meats. Right here you have the this will be the loin. So if it was a pig, this will be your pork loin. You know.
Hell yeah.
So we got 3 of those. Those came straight from the middle of the rabbit. Then we got the 4/4 here. These will be, if we consider it like a chicken, these will be the wings. So these are a little bit smaller, but you can pretty much tell what they are. There they go. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Then you got your 4/4 right there. They cut up kind of like the wings, like the 4/4 right here, but they're a little fatter. These are the legs. This is all that muscle he used to hop around right there. So we marinated this in some chili paste, some garlic, a little sesame oil, some olive oil, and yeah, we let that sit overnight. And if you smell it, it's like real nutty. It's a little nutty. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna braise these just like we would any regular meat, like a goat or a chicken or any roast. You know,
That's
we're
funny.
gonna braise it. Yep, we're gonna braise it in some oil. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our special mirepoix. This right here,
Say it again.
mirepoix.
I don't think I can pronounce that.
So a
my
mirepoix.
blackness won't let me do that.
In the-
Mirepoix.
In the culinary world, of mirepoix is like one of the staples. So you have your onion, you have celery, and you have carrots. Now my family is Creole, so they from the South. We don't use the carrots. We use what's called a holy trinity. So we have onion, celery, and we use bell pepper instead of carrots.
Okay.
So what I did was I put a little bit of extra touch on that. I actually chopped up a little bit of leek in there too. See those red bell peppers? It's going to have a nice color when it starts to cook down.
See, you
All
know
this
what
is
I'm
going to
talking
cook
about,
down,
man.
and it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look beautiful.
You the man, bro.
Yeah, I tried. Another one of the things we're going to use, which was a big part of this, was after I chopped up this meat, I had like the ribs, I had some flat meat in there, and usually we can just toss that out. Now, when I looked up a lot of recipes, it seems that they use chicken stock. So I got all this meat, why not just make a rabbit stock? So 12 hours, up until a few hours ago, we cooked this, started it last night. That's actually rabbit stock. And we season our stock with white pepper, celery, onions. We just threw it all in a crock pot and just let it cook down.
Now, for those who aren't as knowledgeable as yourself about the whole cooking terms and stuff like that, can you describe to us what stock is? Because I know I had to ask you, because I ain't.
Oh, okay.
I was like, stock. The only stock I know is, you know what I'm saying, horses, livestock. You know what I'm saying?
So a lot of times when we're cooking, we like add water to things, and instead of adding water to things, you can actually use the actual juices from the animal. So you'll have like, you can roast some chicken bones and throw that in a pot of water, have that cooking for hours and hours, and that bone broth, it will just season that water, and you'll have basically liquid chicken juice, and that's liquid rabbit juice right there.
This that chicken lean.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's dope, bro. That's cool.
Yeah, the biggest part of this meal was probably that process right there. Was making that broth.
So is prepping like literally like 50% of the game when it comes to cooking?
It depends on the culture.
Okay.
Yeah, in a lot of Asian cultures, prepping is actually like 80% of your meal. You'll sit there and you'll prep for a long time before you actually start to cook things. And we know we all eat Chinese food. A lot of it's cooked real fast and high heat. So they prep a lot to get those cuts that they get and to, you know, just get down to that meat the way they do. Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
I would have never knew any of this stuff, man. So I appreciate you for coming
No
through,
problem.
doing this,
No problem.
and educating us
No
all at the
problem.
same time. See,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
learning something together, guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's good to just not talk about guns. Now we actually talk
It
about
is.
something different, huh?
It is, and that's honestly, I was debating, dude, putting the actual like the hunting part of the video in this. I was like, you know what, I should do that. And then I thought about it, and I was watching a lot of other people's content when it came to catch and cook, and I was like, why don't I just skip out of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It helps me out with the monetization stuff too, and at the same time, go at it just about like kind of like teaching and stuff like that, man. And you know, I appreciate you, man. This is
No problem.
Cool.
No problem. I
This
do
is
want to
cool.
do another video with you. I actually want to do another video on how to break these down. Because a lot of us, we get meat, we have buddies and friends that hunt, and we don't know how to actually cut the meat up and break it down. So
That's me. I know how to get it to your table. you know what I mean? Hey, I can do that. I skid it, man. I can get it to your table. After that, man, I'm how did they say it? Shit out of luck.
Shit out of luck. Shit out of luck. Yeah, when I seen it, it was like a whole rabbit, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw this in a pot, and throw it in the oven. I was like, but no, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Yeah, I really want to do a video on how to break this down. This is actually really neat. This
I tried to clean it real good for you, get all the guts and all that good stuff out of there, man.
yeah, it was clean real good. I went back over it, and yeah, I love how lean this meat is. It's something I don't know if I've eaten rabbit before, but I know I've never cooked it before, and I've cooked some crazy stuff in culinary school.
It's tasty.
Yeah, I know I've done kangaroo,
What?
bison burgers.
You ate Jack?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah. From what I remember, I don't remember it being bad.
I want some kangaroo Jack. I've
Yeah.
eaten alligator and shark.
I've had alligator. I've done alligator.
Yeah, I went to New Orleans like when I was about 14, 15. Had the alligator soup is actually a popular dish down there. It was tasty, man. I mean, but any New Orleans dish, it's really hard to mess up, man, because there's seasonings and spices. There's so much of it. It's just full of flavor, man.
And that's the thing. So
You could eat some tasty dog shit down there. Wouldn't even know it.
I went to culinary school, and they teach you a French way of cooking. Now, if you go to like Louisiana down there, a lot of their ways is French because they have the French influence.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
my dad, my stepfather, is Creole. So I grew up eating a lot of Creole food. A lot of our food is like one pot dish. When I got here, he asked me like, how many pots do I need? I was like, no, I got one Dutch oven, and that's all I need. We're gonna fry it in there. We're gonna braise it in there. That's it.
That is cool.
When I went to culinary school, I actually have the heads up because a lot of the ways and a lot of the techniques they teach you, I grew up doing it. Yeah, it just was just a more fancier way of looking at it. So, yeah, you know.
That is pretty cool. Maybe we should hold a couple pieces, let the camera see it up close.
Yeah, that's that hind quarter right there. That's where most of your meat is going to be right there. It's that hind quarter. You see it? It looks a lot like a chicken leg or a chicken thigh because it kind of has that. That would be the leg part, and then that's the thigh right there. So you got that meat. This is the forequarter. So this will be compared to a chicken wing. See that? That's where his arm would be.
Okay.
Then you have shoulder. These are the loins.
I think I seen it throwing up West Side.
Probably so, a little bit, huh? Yeah, those are the loins right there. So this will be like a pork loin. This would be your more leaner meat right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Yep.
that. That's dope.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much it with the prep, and we're gonna do here. Oh no, we have to season it, huh?
Yep. Gotta hit with that them seasonings. I'm interested to watch this, man. Like I said, I'm learning a lot just watching over you, man, just shadowing you. This is cool.
So we had two ways that we could have seasoned it. This is more traditional. If you were gonna do like a standard thing, you're gonna use something like this. This is just salt, pepper. I got some smoky paprika in there, some thyme in there. That is our dry rub we're gonna season on there, right there.
Some nice seasoning. It smells really good too.
Yeah, yeah,
That smells really good.
yeah. We got a couple of bay leaves right there. We're gonna throw that in the pot when it starts braising. That's gonna flavor up that stock even more.
Okay.
And I went to the market this morning. I got something like this, the dry herbs.
Bay leaves. Pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to show them that, these are Italian herbs.
Okay.
They're lightly dried. I really like using them. They come in basil. They come mixed like that. Another option you can use if you want to go to the store, you can always just get fresh herbs. Fresh herbs work really good. That is the best balance between fresh and dry right there. I love using that stuff.
Okay.
So, we're going to give this a little bit of an Asian zing. So I got this maple miso seasoning. I'm really excited to use this. To me, it just smelled like a chicken ramen packet.
Yeah.
But on a whole nother level, right?
Yeah,
It has ginger in there.
How it smells and how it tastes is like completely different. Like when you taste it, it has like a slim heat to it.
Yeah.
But you also taste some sweetness, man, and like some chicken flavor. It's real nice.
Yeah. It has garlic, ginger, everything I like to taste in food, you know?
Okay.
So that's really cool. Got the dried miso in there. This is another thing. If we're going to go Asian, then we have to have 5 spice. That's the miso.
That's the miso right there. Check that out. That's that good stuff right there.
So 5 spice, when you're cooking Asian, 5 spice is kind of like their go-to. Just about everything has 5 spice in it. 5 spice gives it that real dark flavor. It's cloves in there. It's a little nutmeg in there. You know, it has star anise, which a lot of people don't know about star anise. Star anise is actually where you get licorice flavor from.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you ever drink Jägermeister, yeah, Jaeger comes from star anise. Yeah,
Nice.
that's licorice. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sprinkle a little bit of these seasonings on here.
Okay.
We're going to use our traditional just because it has our salt and pepper. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that up on there just like that. Take the 4 quarters, hindquarters. We're going to spread them out a little bit.
Nice.
Get it all nice and even. We're just talking about taking some of this stuff home to my kids, and my kids, they know it's rabbit, so they won't eat it.
I told him to lie to him, man. I'm telling you, got a lot of them kids.
My daughter probably would have ate it. She's a beast.
Hell yeah.
She's a monster.
Your wife don't eat rabbit?
She's never had it.
Okay.
She probably would try it.
Well, I'm telling you, please take some home for your
Yeah, I'll take
daughter
some.
and your wife and you to try, man. Come on.
One of our coworkers said he wanted some too.
Okay.
He said,
Hell yeah.
please do not forget to send me some of that.
Most definitely, man. Heck yeah. Who was it, by the way?
Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Anthony. We got you, buddy. Because I don't think there's going to be too many people in this house that'll probably go eat this.
No?
And now my wife would definitely probably try it. Jamal may try it. And, you know, I'll eat it. So there'll still be some left over.
Oh, when you gave it to me, I thought this was something y'all just ate just on a Tuesday.
Oh, no, me? Yeah. Me? I'm an outdoor person, man. But, you know, the rest of the house is city folk.
Yeah. Exotic. It's exotic meat to a lot of people, you know?
Well, I love me some deer, some venison, you know, some moose, some actual legit wild turkey, man, rabbit, snake, shit.
Well, I have to eat this. You know, my favorite part about this is how much you paid for it.
Oh yeah, free.
Yeah, yeah. You hunt your own meat, you don't pay for it.
Yeah, and the cool thing that I figured I'd tell you guys too about that, I'm glad you actually brought that up. So out here in Las Vegas, guys, it is free with no hunting license or permit or tag to hunt rabbit and coyote out here. Now, nobody really eats coyote, but it's a little side hustle. We sell the pelts, right? But when it comes to the rabbit, I mean, that is literally free food. What you guys see right here, free. Didn't pay nothing, and I mean nothing. I didn't have to go spend 25 to 50 bucks to get me a Nevada hunting tag permit or whatever. You know, nothing. I just went out, brought my air rifle out, took a couple out, man, and, you know, skinned them up, cleaned them up, you know, and presented it to my boy Larry and was like, hey, can you help me cook this? Just like that, guys. No trip to the grocery store, no nothing.
No.
I love it.
So that's pretty much it. Now we just gotta get it in the pot.
Woo! All right, guys, let's take this to the kitchen. All right, guys, we up in the kitchen, about to do our little Migo thing because we cooking, you know, damn, right? He got the pot. We're ready to drop it, guys. Got the freshly cooked rice right here. It is just smelling real good in the kitchen, and I'm super excited. So enough talking. Let's get cooking. Whoa.
All right, so in our pot we have just a standard Dutch oven right here. So we're gonna braise it in this because Dutch ovens are heavy. They hold a lot of heat, so they're really good. This is why we use it for camping. It holds the heat if the fire is like right up under it. Good for direct heat. So we got some olive oil in there, all warmed up, and I've actually put a couple of drops of toasted sesame seed oil in there. I don't know.
It smells like McDonald's up in here.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to get to the smoke point. I don't know if you can tell, but I love to cook with a little bit of an Asian influence all the time. I don't know if it's the Cajun I grew up eating, the Creole food, but I have noticed that growing up, a lot of Asians and Creoles eat a lot of the same food, especially when it comes to seafood. We do share a lot of, if you ever go to like any of those steam pot places, those are Creole recipes. You just see a lot of Asian people in there eating it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do right now, all we're doing is we're browning this. We want to brown both sides of it. We want to brown both sides of it. See how pretty that looks? Flip it. Damn.
That's some grade A booty meat right there.
Yeah. Flip it. Once we brown both sides of that meat, we're going to throw it straight to the side. We're going to let it sit over here and rest. And then that's when we're going to come in with the mirepoix and we're going to rehydrate all those flavors that stick into that pot. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's like music right now in here. You smell it. I wish you can just smell this.
I wish they could smell it too. That shit looks too damn good.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Thank you. This is experimenting.
Experimenting with licensed professional chef. You experiment with me, you about to get some jerk chicken rabbit style, you know?
I thought about asking you if you wanted to do it curry.
Should we do that next time?
Yeah, I thought about that because I love curry. No one in my house loves curry.
I like curry. I fuck with curry.
So the only time I get to eat curry is like when I'm just out by myself and stop at a restaurant, or if I'm just cooking for myself.
You know, now you got a curry homeboy, bro.
Yeah.
I'll put some chicken pad thai, man, or some curry or something like that, bro. You like pad thai?
I love all curry.
Oh,
yeah, I love anything that has curry in it. My favorite curry actually is Jamaican curry.
I've never had Jamaican curry.
Oh yeah, so Jamaican curry is more of a
It's a fire ass Jamaican spot across the street.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So go ahead, tell us what's Jamaican curry?
So Jamaican curry is more of a drier curry. If you go to like Thai places, they'll have curry, but what they do is they'll add like coconut milk, and it's more of a liquid curry.
Okay.
Jamaican curry is more of a dry. Just like if you're eating like jerk chicken. Jerk chicken is a dry rub that they put on the chicken.
Good as hell, though.
Yeah. So we got our first pieces all browned up. We take those right out.
you could just see that little bit of fat content, you know what I'm saying? Just burning off as soon as it hits.
Yeah, then, you know, you keep it moving. So if you keep your meat moving, you won't get all those burnt herbs stuck to the bottom of the skillet.
Ah, that's the secret, huh?
Yeah, so try to keep it moving a little bit.
Okay.
If you need to adjust, just adjust it down. And no dry pieces, those pieces that stick into that bottom,
Yeah.
that's nothing but flavor right there.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is when we put our vegetables in there, the vegetables are going to rehydrate all of that, and all that stuff is going to pop up. So if you're ever cooking with wine, white wine, red wine, that will be the time you throw in your wine. A lot of times when people are making rabbit, I notice that they like to use a lot of beer. So that's when you would add your white wine, red wine, or your beer, and then that's going to start your broth. When you cook it with alcohol, only thing you're trying to do is you're trying to cook the alcohol out of the alcohol. So you just keep tasting it. If you can still taste like you can get drunk, you're fine. One amateur move that I learned, if you're ever talking to somebody and they say someone made something with liquor in it, and they say, well, I was drunk, that means they made it wrong. Because if you're cooking with alcohol, you cannot get drunk because you're cooking the alcohol out of it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So that just means I need to sniff the vapor.
yeah. The alcohol should be in the air and not in there.
Okay. The whole point of browning, so explain that.
So what the browning is doing is, a lot of times you don't have to brown. I brown all the time because it gives your meat a better look.
It does.
And
It does
browning
look really good.
is actually a flavor. So when you have that brownish on the meat, you have that flavor on there. That's going to be the best tasting part right there.
Okay.
So you're just browning just to make it look good. That's why we're not even cooking it all the way through. These are going to cook when they get into the wet heat, the moist heat.
Okay.
That's what we want.
You guys see that, man? Heck yeah.
All right, so now that we have all our meat browned, I almost called it chicken. That's what it looks like. Everything look and tastes like chicken, huh? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take advantage of all those juices that's stuck down there, and we're gonna throw our mirepoix in there. Or in this case, the Holy Trinity. So, just getting it everywhere, huh? So with this, we're gonna turn that fire back up, and we're gonna get all that stuff that cooked to the bottom of it, and we're just gonna let that sit. We're gonna let that sit and let that just bring all that stuff that got stuck to the bottom of the pot. We're gonna let those onions and celery leak out all their juices and rehydrate the seasonings that's in there.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it from there, but if you do come up, you can start to see the seasonings rising up and coating. Seasonings are rising up in their coat. You see that?
Nice.
See how it's clear now, how all that was stuck to the bottom? Yeah, it's rising up and it's coating. So we're gonna let that cook for a while. And once your onions are translucent, once they come kind of clear, then that's how you know your onions are ready. And these are all the flavors you want. You want onions, you want that bell pepper, you want all that in there. This stuff is gonna cook down. It seems like a lot, but it's gonna cook down. And once it cooks down, these flavors are gonna be infused into your stock. And they're gonna infuse into your meat.
Hell yeah. What made you get into cooking?
So, I come from a family where everyone cooks. Everyone cooks, and I also have a few family members that are chefs as well.
Okay.
I have an aunt who is my godmother. She was a gourmet cook. She can take a watermelon and a toothpick and carve your name in it as if it was laser printed. She's really good at what she does. And just to let you know, a gourmet cook, that is a cold chef. So the gourmet cooks takes care of the cold foods in the kitchen. They get their salads together. They do all the decorating with the fruit and just anything cold. That's what the gourmet takes care of.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of times the gourmet will also be the the prep cook. The prep cook usually has to have the best knife skills. So the prep cook is one of the first positions you get into when you do work in the kitchen.
Okay.
As a prep cook, you're going to be chopping a lot of onions, a lot of celery, and a lot of carrots. That's just your job all day. That's what you do.
Alright.
Yep. When they finally let you get in that kitchen, they got some hard work for you.
I feel that.
And if you ever get burning eyes in the kitchen because you're chopping onions, it's because you're not chopping them fast enough.
Really?
That's what they say.
That's what they say? Okay.
But with me, if you chop an onion in that back room back there, my eyes will start burning up here.
Damn.
Always been like that. Really sensitive to onions for some reason.
Okay.
A trick you can do with onions is throw it in the freezer right before you start cooking. A lot of people say refrigerator. The freezer will get a little colder. At least an hour before you start cooking. The fumes that come out of the onion that make your eyes burn, they'll be a lot more settled. So if you think about the vapors going up when something gets hot and warm.
Yeah.
And with the onion, if it's cold, it's more like a gas, so it'll hover it down lower.
Makes
Stay
sense.
out of your
Okay.
eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, I had this one chef. He was a little bit of a celebrity chef, but he told me, he said, well, there's only one cure to not having your eyes burn when you're chopping onions. He said you gotta take a bucket of water and put it at the back porch. I said, what is that gonna do? He said, that's for you to dump your fucking head in. I was like, okay. Yes, chef.
That is hilarious.
You ever in a
man.
professional kitchen, you learn how to shut up. The only thing you can say, working in the kitchen is a lot like being in the military.
Okay.
If it's something you don't agree with, something you didn't like, you say that, yes, chef, and you carry on.
I feel it.
Because that job can pay you $10 an hour, and it can also pay you $55 an hour. So shut up and just move up that ladder. Learn, and learn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. It's crazy, man, that, because you work in the gun industry, man, but you're such a fucking good cook, man, so it's like... we would think that you would be working in
You
as
was not
culinary.
expecting to get this much actual cooking knowledge from me while we were doing this.
I wasn't.
So
I wasn't ready for this. I mean, I was ready, but I wasn't prepared, man. I was like, holy shit, I'm running all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in culinary school, I was the sous chef of the kitchen. We actually had a restaurant connected to our kitchen, our school, and I basically ran the kitchen.
Okay.
I was the sous chef. So if you want to know what a sous chef is,
Yeah, please tell us.
so a sous chef is usually the person that takes care of all the stocks. They take care of all the sauces when it comes to cooking in the kitchen. Whenever you go to a restaurant, the most important part of your meal is that sauce that they put on top of it. It took a lot of work to make that sauce. It took a lot of hours to get that sauce together.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the sous chef is in charge of that because they pretty much have their hands in every meal. They're
Okay.
also, another way I like to compare things to other things. If you go to the hospital, your doctor is the one that, diagnoses you and does like all the paperwork on what you need and everything like that.
Yeah.
Your nurse is the one that actually comes in and takes care of you. So your sous chef is the one in the kitchen that's running the kitchen and does all the work. The executive chef, the one above that person, the highest chef in the kitchen, is usually back there on his desk doing paperwork.
Okay.
But you can't complain about it because he put in the hours. And if everything in that kitchen is coming out good, that means he raised a wonderful sous chef.
Nice. All right. So we just learned something here. You just dropped some knowledge on us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, if I had to put a title on what type of chef I really was, it would be a grill cook.
Okay.
Yeah, I always just stayed on the grill. That was my
Oh
thing.
shit, we're gonna have to maybe do some barbecue next time, man.
Yeah, I was just real bossy. So my executive chef, well, my professor, he put me in charge of other people because he felt like I was real no holds bars, kind of how I am at the shooting range.
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, aren't you a range master, man?
Yeah. Get it together and get out. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna cook down.
Let's take a look at that.
If you want to, come take a look at this. Look at that color. That's what you want. All you see in there is juices, color, and herbs. Look at that. That's
Hell
beautiful.
yeah, man.
That right there
That's what I'm
That's the start to a good Creole meal. All right, so it's been cooking for a little while. So we should have our vegetables pretty much cooked down. So once we lift this up, it should be a whole bunch of steam, and it's gonna hit you in the face with the steam. There you go. That's all brown flavor right there. That's why we brown our meat. Right there. That's why we brown our meat.
That was volcano action right there, bro.
So what we're gonna do is, this is it. We take our meat.
Oh shit!
We just set it in there. Put all of it in there. That's what we do. Put it all in there.
Damn, look at that meat, man.
Yeah.
That shit looks so good though, bro.
Well, we hope it's gonna turn out good. I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn out good.
I think it is. It's smelling already good, man. And you know, you is a professional. So, there's definitely high hopes.
And I mean, not only is this like just simple, basic country cooking. Most of the ingredients that we put in here can come from someone's backyard.
Even more for the catch and cook. I dig that.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. If you guys are wondering where Afro Sniper X is, I ain't gonna lie. I'm behind the scenes eating some hot Cheetos. I'm hungry as hell. You got it all smelling good and shit. So I just stepped behind the scenes, so you didn't really hear the crunching of the bag. But that's why.
We get that juice in there. You see the vegetables, they gonna move around. That's just gonna be beautiful. So once we get all our chicken stock, I keep saying chicken stock, our rabbit stock.
Yes, because you're not used to it, man. That's all. That's all it is, man. This is literally his first time cooking and eating rabbit. Both?
I think it's my first time eating rabbit. So in culinary school, we do a lot of, we go to a lot of food shows and we eat a lot of crazy stuff. We get to try a lot of crazy stuff. And I'm the type of person, if you put it in front of me, I'm going to eat it. And this is going to sound really crazy, but in some cultures, it is like really awkward to eat beef, you know? And we look at a lot of animals like that. Like if it's not chicken, pork, or beef, like, you know, then we don't know if we want to eat it or not. A lot of part of America is like that.
Isn't it horse like that? In a lot of countries, people consume horse.
Yeah.
And out here, we look at it like they're like there's a stigma that comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you go to some like India, they don't eat beef.
Yeah.
It's like it's a sacred animal. They look at it as if we're eating, like if you eat your pet dog or something. It's just not right.
Yeah. I know there's a couple places out here where you can eat horse.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, one day I do want to try it, man.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with eating horse.
Because I've had moose, man, so I imagine it's gonna be like moose. There's like no fat content, you know what I mean?
You gotta look at the herbs and the flavor that's going through this broth.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You see the brownness of it, that all came from us browning the meat in the beginning. So what we're gonna do, I actually just turned it to a medium-high heat. We wanna heat it back up, and then we wanna cover it. Once we got it boiling and it gets really hot, we're going to actually set this down on low. We're going to set it down on low. We're going to let it simmer for at least an hour. Something like this, because rabbit meat is very close to like a chicken.
Yeah.
We don't cook chicken as long as we're going to cook a beef. So this is actually going to start getting really tender within the next 45 minutes. It's not like beef where you want to cook it for... I will cook beef for like 2 hours and just have it melt in your mouth when you bite into it. So that's it. We just braised it. Braising is when, just like we just did, we browned it first. That was dry heat with the oil. Oil is dry heat. There's no liquid in that. So we just did dry heat, and then we added some moisture to it, and now it's cooking in moisture. So that was the definition of braising right there. What also, it's also called stewed meat, because if you ever think about a stew, you should brown your meat in some oil and some vegetables, and then you pour your broth on top.
I didn't know that.
And you got stew. Yeah.
Woo! It is done, guys. Check that out. Doesn't that look freaking good?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now you know some bowls and plates have already been made, but I gotta show y'all.
Oh yeah.
The finished product, guys.
I'm gonna check my